to see you, man. How are y'all doing? Great to see you. Y'all doing great. Keep doing good work.
Thank you, sir.
That's good. How we doing? Good. Good to see you, sir. Okay. I got to shake hands with our senators over here.
One more quick note, Andrew.
Okay, guys, I'm sitting down. That's the easiest place for me.
Well, I appreciate everybody coming out today. Thank you, Governor Justice, for,
thank you, sir,
for having us here, for announcing this this big news. I want to thank our senators, Senator Manchin and Capito. They've been very involved in this project, very involved in the announcement that we have today. Our state senators, Senator Jeffrey and Senator Gaunch, we really appreciate you coming. Our House members that are here, Speaker Armstead, we truly appreciate you coming today. Anyway, my name is Ben Salango. I'm with the Kanawha County Commission. And Kent Carper and Hoppy Shores apologize. They were out of town. They were unable to attend today, but they are very supportive of this project, as you might imagine, and very excited for the announcement today. In a few moments, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag about the three major sporting events that are coming to West Virginia in 2019 and 2020. But first, I'd like to take a moment and briefly discuss sports tourism and Governor Justice, who, without his vision and leadership, we wouldn't be here today for this exciting announcement. 1 year ago, this month, we held our first public hearing at the Kanawha County Commission on the Shawnee Multi-Sport Complex. We invited everyone in the community to come down and let their thoughts be known about whether or not we should convert the golf course into a multi-sport complex. And the purpose of that was really twofold. First, it was to help our kids. You know, we all know that kids that are in sports tend to stay out of trouble. I'd much rather be on a soccer field or a baseball field or a football field than out doing something they shouldn't be doing. Secondly, it was for the economic impact that it would bring to the community. Travel sports is an $8 billion a year industry, and Kanawha County wanted to tap into that. And so that's why we invested $17 million into the Shawnee Sports Complex so that we could create sports tourism here. Now, sports tourism is nothing new. The city of Barboursville has been doing it with great success. The city of South Charleston, Mayor Mullins, has been doing it with great success. The city of Charleston's been doing it. Charleston CVB has done a wonderful job. The hardworking people there to bring in various things from United States boxing to the state basketball tournament. But really no one knows sports tourism better than Governor Justice. The concept of sports tourism has been around a while, but in 2010 he took it to a whole new level. When people thought that he couldn't do it, that there was no way that he could bring a PGA event to the state of West Virginia, he proved them wrong and he did it. And the Greenbrier Classic, which is held annually in July, is a fantastic event. It's one of the most popular events on the PGA Tour. I go to it every year. My wife likes to go and watch Bon Jovi when you bring them in. That's her favorite band. But it didn't stop there. He knew that bringing in events like the PGA Greenbrier Classic would bring in millions of dollars into the community, which it has. He also knew that bringing in teams such as the New Orleans Saints and the Houston Texans and New England Patriots and the New Orleans Pelicans would also bring significant money into West Virginia and into the local economy. That's why I'm honored to introduce the first speaker today. He knows sports tourism. He knows it very well. He knows tourism in general very well. He's dedicated countless hours to economic development, countless hours to helping our youth. And he's known by a number of titles in West Virginia, from chairman to president, CEO, now governor. But it's very fitting that he's also known as coach. And this is very dear to him, and I'm proud and honored to introduce Governor Jim Justice.
You're kind, Ben, and Ben's doing a great job for us in lots and lots of different ways. He's got a beautiful family, and this is great stuff. But let me tell you that I've got to tell you a story real quick. But a long time ago, I had this little girl. She was 10 years old. And we went through the AAU process, and we won our state AAU championship. And we went to the national championship, which was at Disney. It was the first year that Disney had made an alliance with the AAU. And they were hosting the National Girls AAU Tournament, which was the first event that they had. First event, and they were concerned with, really, is it really going to go? Can you imagine 10-year-old girls, is it really going to go? Well, they had 134 teams. And since that time, the AAU and Disney have exploded. Sports in this country is a tremendous, tremendous tourism factor that we can capitalize on. Everybody loves West Virginia once you get them here. And today, before I go into telling you the details of what's going on that Ben so kindly gave me the opportunity to maybe talk about, is just this. I do know sports, and I do know the impact of sports. And sometimes things can happen within sports that we don't really like. But there's lots and lots and lots of goodness. There's goodness beyond belief, and friendships and bonds that last forever, and discipline and focus, and things you learn about working together as a team, and on and on and on and on. There's so much good. And today, we need goodness for our kids. Believe me, we need goodness. Now, let me just say this before I go any further. Today is Andrew Jordan's birthday. So we should sing happy birthday to little Andrew. So I'll start off by saying, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday little Andrew, happy birthday to you. Oh. They kind of clued me in on that one, Andrew, so I'm sorry. But nevertheless, more good news for our state. Lots and lots of people really put in a lot of licks, and you know, from our senators to our speakers to our commissioners to on and on and on, you know, just lots of people have put in the licks. You know, I've got to say one last thing, that years and years ago, you know, there was Little League, and there was, I guess, football and basketball. And then all of a sudden there came this little odd-shaped ball, and they called it soccer, that they played in other countries, and we didn't know anything hardly about it here. And I probably was one that thought, there's no way that'll catch on in America. But what an incredible, incredible sport, because not only is it competitive and all the greatness about it, but it basically gives kids participation, you know, in a lot of ways, maybe that some sports like basketball, you know, where you either got to be really quick and really fast and everything, or you got to be really tall, you know, and then only 5 are playing. So there's so many things about soccer that's really good. It's incredible exercise. I haven't played soccer in the last couple of weeks, but I'm thinking about it a lot. But let me say this. Today, we're announcing with the U.S. Youth Soccer and West Virginia Soccer Association officials that West Virginia has been selected to host 3 major regional tournaments in 2019 and 2020. But just imagine this, there'll be 225 girls and boys teams here in 2019. Now, I mean, that's just phenomenal if you think about the number of people that'll be. I mean, the economic impact of that, as best we can possibly say, is going to generate $32 million in West Virginia. And not only that, people are going to get to see what we're really all about. You know, the biggest thing in the world about the PGA, the biggest thing on the planet that the PGA did was it focused the camera on West Virginia, and it let the world see a lot of how good we are. And that's what we want to do, because people on the outside, they don't get it. And they don't know how lucky we really are until they see, until they come. So we're really, really, really happy about this. You know, there's an incredible complex that's just gotten built or just getting built down the road. There's incredible stuff that's happening in all kinds, in many, many different areas of our state. So as connected as I am with kids, as connected as I am with sports, and I've been that way forever and a day, and I absolutely love both, because we do have bad moments. You know, like the time that I lost to Scott James, it was a terrible moment for me. You know, but nevertheless, you know, it is amazing what sports bring to all of our lives. It entertains many of us, but it provides absolute leadership and on and on and on. It's just an echo of a lot of different things, I mean, that give us principle in our lives. You know, I grew up and I played everything. And I really wasn't very good at many things, but I was a pretty decent golfer, and believe it or not, I was really skinny. And you know, and I was too slow to get out of the way, and I got hit a lot, and that's why I'm sitting down now, because my knees are torn all to pieces, and I've had 6,000 surgeries and everything. But along the way, I can always remember all those coaches. I can remember what they brought to the table. I can remember all the trips. I can remember all the stuff that happened that was formulating my life and everything. I can remember the principles of honor and different things that really formed and molded who I am. And so I'm telling you, you guys, I'm telling you all the greatness that's going to happen. Support these kids and these teams when they're here. Go down and see them. And then if they really have anything bad to say about West Virginia, take them home and lock them up until they say nothing but good stuff. You know, no, I'm just, of course, teasing, but this is good stuff. Good day, really good day. So all of us should celebrate again. And then I thank Ben, I thank everyone that's just made all this happen, because this has been a concerted effort by lots and lots and lots of people. Good stuff happening in West Virginia. Feels good, doesn't it? Really does. Feels good. Makes us smile. Makes us happy and everything. You know, let me tell you, I've seen everything bad go wrong in sports that could go wrong, and I've seen everything as good as it can possibly be. The great thing about sports is it'll take you to the highest highs and the lowest lows, and if you'll hang there, it'll take you back to the highest highs. And you know what? As you get older, that's what life's really all about. It's just about really being able to deal with the tough stuff, because there'll be tough stuff. And if you'll hang there, it'll cycle. And so I think about one thing. I think about lots of things, but I think about just one thing that happened that I can remember in sports. Think about this. A team from Sacramento was playing in the National AAU tournament at Disney in basketball. They were playing the Mid-Michigan Lakers. Mid-Michigan was the defending national champions, and we were watching the game because we thought we could end up playing the winner of that game. The Sacramento team was leading by 1 point and had the ball with 0.6 of a second to go in the game. 0.6 of a second. The game was over. All they had to do was lob the ball to mid-court, and the game was over. They had the ball under Mid-Michigan's goal. They were trying to run a play, and I thought, what are you doing? What are you doing? Lob the ball to mid-court. So they couldn't get the ball in bounds, so they called timeout. So this is a girls' team. Now, so they're trying to figure out what to do. They come back out on the floor, and all of a sudden, the girl that's taking the ball out steps back and to just baseball it. And I said, this is the thing to do. And she throws it high towards midcourt. And as the ball comes down, everybody thinks the game's over, and the ball bounced. And one of the kids on the bench ran out on the floor and jumped up in the air and caught the ball. Technical foul. Mid-Michigan went down and poof, poof, made 2 foul shots and the game was over. Now, I'm telling you, it will take you to your highest highs. But it'll also take you to your lowest lows. And so, it's really a learning experience, and it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. So, again, happy day. Happy day. Ben.
You got that. Appreciate it.
Thank you for everything. That's a great job. Now, am I staying here, and you're doing all kinds of other good stuff,
We have
right?
some other speakers.
Okay, then
You're welcome to stay, or if you...
No, I'll stay if y'all don't care me stay.
No, please do.
Okay, okay, I get to stay.
We'd love you to stay.
I get to sit here. Okay.
You're the governor. You gotta do what you have to ask me.
Don't y'all mess this up now. It went real good so far.
Yeah, where do we go from here? Next, I'd like to introduce everyone to the general manager with U.S. Youth Soccer Eastern Regional, Dr. Greg Smith. He has been instrumental in the bidding process and is kind enough to come in and has checked out the facilities and is now going to say a few words about these tournaments.
Oh, I'm not getting back up now. Thank you, sir.
This is a great day indeed, a very, very exciting day. I just want to first start by saying thank you to Governor Justice for your leadership and for your vision on what this all could have become and what it is becoming. I could not be more excited and more proud to be able to be here with all of you today on behalf of USU Soccer to say that we are coming in 2019 and 2020. We are bringing major soccer events, and I'm committed to making sure that every one of those players has an incredible experience here in West Virginia so that they all want to come back again, right? So that they long to come back. Before I share a few more comments, I want to recognize the players in the room. All of this is about the players. Right? The sport of soccer is incredible, but it's about those players. So if there is a player here today, I see at least one, if you could stand so we can recognize you. Thank you for playing the sport, and I hope that the sport is being good to you. USU Soccer, if you're not familiar, is the largest youth sports organization in the country. There are 3 million players who register to play each year with the 55 member state associations that span the country. The state association here for West Virginia is called West Virginia Soccer. We've got the president, Len, who is here with us today. Len is a highly respected individual within the soccer landscape. And we also have your executive director, Dave, who is here, who is the longest tenured executive director in the entire country. West Virginia should be very proud and be very honored to have 2 highly respected soccer professionals here. And Dave's very humble, so he won't maybe admit it, but he is. He's incredible. So thank you. Again, I am truly honored. Dave said, hey, would you come down and say a few words? And I said, okay, it's only about a 6-hour drive. Happy to be there. He said, yeah, there might be like 5 or 10 people here. Let me just say, what I see here today is a lot more than 5 or 10 people. And what I see in this room is very good. It shows me community. It shows me passion. It shows me excitement. It shows me all the things that we need to put on truly successful events in 19 and 20. And again, I couldn't be more proud to know that we're going to be working together to make that happen. So again, the events coming in 2019 and 2020 are the U.S. Youth Soccer East Region President's Cup, and then also the U.S. Youth Soccer East Regionals, which is part of the NCS, or the National Championship Series. All of the press releases that come out will have all of those details, so I won't waste your time here today. But I do ask you this one thing. Join with USU Soccer in becoming even more excited about this opportunity as we move forward. join with us in committing to make this the best event possible. And if you don't have a player currently playing soccer, please commit to having them play soccer, because it truly is a great sport. Call up West Virginia Soccer. They will hook you up with a member club, and I guarantee you they're going to have a great experience. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Speaking of Lynn Rogers, I'd like to introduce everyone to the regional committee co-chair of the events, Lynn Rogers.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you all for being here. West Virginia Soccer is totally thrilled. This is our 5th time to host the National Championship Series. That's another record, Greg. That doesn't happen in one state very often. We're thrilled to do it again. We love doing it. We love showing off our hospitality of West Virginia. There's nothing more that we'd rather be doing in soccer than to host these 2 tournaments. So we're glad to be here and glad to have all the volunteers that we're famous for. Don't let me down. We're famous for those volunteers, and I have touted you all over. So make sure I get you signed up to help us. It'll be online, and you'll be able to do that. This tournament, we've hosted it for the region, East region, to have confidence in us to host an event of this magnitude and to be well organized, well managed. I don't think anybody in the country touches my executive director and his organization to make this thing happen. Our committee is wonderful. We have about 30 on the committee that make this thing go, but the brains behind the whole thing came from Dave running this many times, from his wife being a cup chair and she telling him what to go do. He learned through the years, and he's got the knowledge and he's got the skills to do it. So I've learned from him and continue to learn from him. He and I agree on a lot of things. The committee comes together. We meet almost monthly. Right now we've been meeting bi-monthly, but we meet quite a bit, and we will make this event the best you've seen. We want to have the 2020, and we're going to make sure that we're good with the 19 to win that 2020 National Championship Series also. I can't thank Ben and his group with this new complex coming online. That's going to be tremendous. It brings us to the forefront with facilities. And then with Barboursville stepping up, and they're going to make many field improvements to their complex, we are going to be there. We'll be being 35 miles apart. That's pretty close for a lot of states to be able to put two complexes close enough together to host this. We fall within the guidelines, and it's going to work. It's going to work beautifully for West Virginia. So, thank you all. Enjoy doing this.
Thank you. And Dave Lerba has been great throughout the process. He's too modest to stand up here and speak, but this facility was actually designed. I met with Dave and Adam Arthur and a few others at a restaurant, and we sketched it out on a napkin. So the state-of-the-art facility was actually designed at a restaurant on the back of a napkin. Next, I'd like to introduce the mayor of Barboursville, Chris Tatum. Barboursville has been very involved in youth sports, and particularly in soccer, and has hosted these tournaments several times before. Thank you.
Gosh, what a great day for West Virginia. I want to say thank you, Governor Justice, and our state representatives who are here. I want to say thank you to you as well. Right on down through our county officials, our city officials as well. But sports brings out the best in people. Whether you're a parent, a fan, a player, it brings out the best in people. And I want to talk about some of those people that's brought out the best of in the last few weeks. And those are the people who put the bid together for this process. We have 3 hardworking CVBs that have worked together to get this thing done. Brandy Beasley, Anna from Huntington, and Samantha from Charleston have all been instrumental in getting this bid together, along with Dave and Lynn. And I think we owe them a round of applause for helping us get this done. We've been doing this a while. We're glad to see this happening throughout the Barboursville-Charleston corridor, and they say a rising tide lifts all boats. And Governor, as you know, there is a lot of money to be spent with these families who are coming to West Virginia, and it's going to have that economic impact that we all desire, and it gives us a chance to let our brightest light shine. So we're excited to do that. We're excited for this tournament, Jeff. We're so excited to partner with you guys again at US Youth Soccer. We are appreciative of you all having the confidence in us to host this tournament, and thank you for letting us be a small part of it. And Barboursville is just happy to have a part in it, and we're as excited as everyone else. Thank you all for being here today.
Senator Manchin couldn't be here today, but I believe he sent a letter if you'd like to read it.
Good afternoon. It's a great afternoon. Who am I kidding? I'm very honored to be here today on behalf of your United States Senator Joe Manchin III to celebrate today's announcement. He sent me down here with a brief statement. I'd like to read it on his behalf, and it says, "I was so proud to support Kanawha County as it worked to bring these 3 major tournaments to the Mountain State. Youth soccer is on the rise in West Virginia with 18 travel soccer clubs and 37 recreational clubs. This growth is especially significant in Kanawha County, where the Shawnee Park multi-sport complex is being developed into a truly premier sports destination. These 2 major tournaments will bring thousands of visitors to the Kanawha Valley, boosting our economy and giving us new opportunities to showcase West Virginia to visitors. Today's announcement is another reason to be proud of our incredible young people, our forward-looking soccer community, and our beautiful state." Thank you.
Now, Mayor Tatum mentioned the hardworking folks at the CVB, and I'd like to introduce you to Anna Adkins with the Huntington Convention and Visitors Bureau.
I will be brief. I know it's late on a Friday, so you guys are ready for the weekend, but we just wanted to be up here to welcome the US Youth Soccer tournaments back to our area. It's very exciting. Before I was even at the CVB, we hosted the 2009 and 2010 Region 1 championships before it was the East Region National Championship Series. So when I started, everybody said, okay, this is the thing. You do everything you can to make sure they have a good time while they're here and they're taken care of, and then we work hard to get them back. So we're very thankful that you have faith in us. We really appreciate them all coming. As everybody said, it's a huge economic impact that just, you can't get it from any other event. So we're very thankful. Again, I would like to personally thank Brandy Beasley and Samantha Carney, because we've worked hard with the committee and we appreciate it, and we really are excited to have you guys come back. So here's to continued success in the Mountain State.
Just to conclude, the 3 tournaments that are coming in are 5 days each, so a total of 15 days. And in 15 days, we're going to generate approximately $32 million in the community. There aren't too many things that you can bring in that generates that kind of money in that limited time. And the governor's been doing it for many years with his events, and we're excited, and we truly appreciate US Youth Soccer bringing the event here, and we're going to make them proud and make sure that they want to bring it back every year. Thank you.
Before we end the comments, the letter from Senator Manchin, here he is with Chris and I at the Barboursville Complex at the President's Cup year before last. He had a great time. And I'd also like to thank the CVBs. You guys are, without you, we could not put any of this stuff together. And a person that couldn't be here, I mentioned earlier, Senator Pommel was going to be here with us. He could not, he had a conflict. He texted me right before we started and said he wasn't going to make it. So he is very involved in this and was very involved in it back in 2009 when we talked Senator Manchin when he was governor, into building a bridge in Barboursville Park to make this tournament happen. So it goes back a long way. So thank you.
Thank you.
I just told Caden, I thought, and this is Michael, I just thought, you know, that maybe that they could grade who's been the best speakers up here. I told her to pick this young lady that spoke because it was the only woman that spoke.
Smart move.
Okay, are we done?
I think so.
Oh, I wanted them to, I could have had a lot of fun with them. It's really good, really good. What a wonderful sport. You think about this, think just a second. How in the world can we do anything more important? How in the world can you do anything more important than supporting these kids? I mean, really and truly. This is really what it's all about. Because before you know it, you'll grow up, both of you, and you may end up with white hair. You may get chunky, too. Think about that. So be good. Proud of you. Okay, thank y'all.